And Danny Davis is back for another scoop of the ice cream. It's 5:30 on a Friday, and I tell you, I am so delighted to be here and to have the opportunity to listen to all of you. We call this show Listening to the People. Well, let me tell you what I've done this week because I've been home. I have had 3 town hall meetings. I had one last night. We were in Westchester, Illinois, and the mayor even supplied us with pizza. Anybody who wanted, the mayor owns a restaurant, and he decided to bring a little dinner for everybody, and so that was cool. We had a wonderful discussion. I said Westchester, but we were in Westchester night before last. Last night we were in Broadview, Illinois, and we actually had Broadview and North Riverside, and both mayors were there. The mayor of North Riverside, a wonderful gentleman. The mayor of Broadview, a young African-American woman. And the people were asking so many questions and so engaged until the mayor eventually at 9 o'clock had to ask that we just cut off because, the room had to be cleaned and there were people working at the village hall and they got off at a certain time. So it was just great. I mean, both of those. And earlier I had a town hall at the Greater Open Door Church at 1301 South Sawyer, where the Reverend Dr. Richard Nelson is the pastor and hosted the meeting for us. Dr. Nelson is the co-chair of our 7th Congressional District Advisory Council of Ministers, along with Reverend Richardson, who is the pastor of the Jordan Temple, Baptist Church. And Reverend Richardson we call our poster child for organ transplantation because he has had 2 heart transplants and a kidney transplant, works every day and does an outstanding job at the 2 jobs that he actually works. He is the pastor of an outstanding church in Hillside, Illinois, and he operates his own construction company because he is a builder. So I don't know about you, and we had a 2.5-hour meeting, and we just had to ask people to stop because the questions were still coming. We asked people what did they think we could do to decrease violence. What did they think? Not what the mayor thought, not what the governor thought, not what the president thought. It reminded me of the song that we sometimes sing at church. It's not my brother, it's not my sister, but it's me, oh Lord. It's not the preacher, it's not the teacher, it's not the deacon, but it's me, oh Lord, standing in the need of prayer. And so people told what they thought. And I tell you, it was so riveting until we didn't want to stop. But I'll get into that in a minute. I know we've got a caller, and I will go right to the phone and get our caller in. Caller, are you there?
Yeah, how you doing, Connie Davis?
James,
Now,
I am
okay,
doing wonderful.
okay. Now, my first question is, okay, Donald Trump and the people in the media trying to call Hillary and Bill for that. They trying to call them the responsible for that man's death. They not responsible. It's the police and the media. Donald Trump should call the police suspect and the media. But every time when somebody else do something, but they call them a suspect. Well, I don't see why the media and Donald Trump now don't call them a suspect. And Hillary and Bill, they not responsible for the man that man death. It's the police. I don't hear them saying nothing about that.
Are they really trying to say that the Clintons were the cause of Epstein's death?
Yeah. And I've been listening to all the other different people in the media. I don't hear the other. I've been listening to other people in the other cities. They don't say nothing about they don't call the police a suspect. They the one did. It's just like what happened to Sandra Bland. I don't get it, Congressman David. I ain't gonna say nothing else no more.
All right. Well, I think that there are some people, and I don't think there's any evidence or anything of that nature, but it does seem as though they're trying to link Bill Clinton up as a friend of this gentleman and trying to suggest perhaps that they may have gone on some trips together. Clinton may have ridden on his airplane. And just to be association, I think that's called guilt by association. And I think it's unfortunate what our country is going through right now. I think this campaign for president is going to become more acrimonious than we've seen a campaign perhaps in a long time. And I even think that our local campaigning is going to be somewhat acrimonious because people seem to be passionately locked in to what they believe and who the candidates are and how vigorously they will support them. And I know that I'm beginning to feel it because I hear people beating up on some candidates, I think, erroneously, and are characterizing them quite differently than what I think they are. And so I've got a feeling that I will be defending some of them in some ways, but we'll see. But yeah, I think it's going to be a pretty tough year for campaigning. Our number is 312-738-1060, and you can certainly give us a call and join in. I am delighted and excited. Last week, of course, I managed to attend the Bud Billiken Parade, which was just a fantastic event. If you weren't there, see it in person, you missed it. If you watch some of it on television, then at least you got a real sniff of it. But if you missed the whole thing, then all I can say is that you missed a great event. And I know I got someone trying to reach me on the phone, but I'm really in the midst of my television show, and we'll try to talk to you after it's over. Call us back in about 30 minutes and we'll be okay. Our number is 312-738-1060, and we eagerly await your call. Let me move on because on tomorrow we have my annual back to school picnic and parade. This will be the 40th year that I will have done this picnic and parade along with a large number of volunteers. And I want to thank all of the people who are helping. I'd say a couple hundred people are actually volunteering, helping put stuff in book bags and helping stuff bags with pens and pencils and paper, helping set up parade routes and getting marching units and groups of kids together, being prepared to cook hot dogs. We usually cook about 5 to 6 thousand hot dogs. Some people cook hot dogs for hours and hours. I want to thank all of the volunteers, the wonderful, wonderful people who helped to make this happen. I think of one family, the Martin family, James and Carolyn, for example. I think of Ruby Lofton, who one year all cooked so many hot dogs until she acted like she was swimming in hot dogs. I think of Mary Lindsay, and I just think of all kinds of people. You didn't see them on television. You didn't see their name in the paper. But let me tell you, they are heroes and sheroes to me. And I thank them. 40 years we will have done this. And we will have partnered with Cynthia Williams for 38 years with the Taste of Austin. Cynthia was actually about 18 years old, 17, 18, 19, when we started doing this. And she has done this Taste of Austin for 38 years. She also runs the biggest WIC program in the state of Illinois. She provides jobs for youth, and she is partnering with us this year on the technology aspect of our parade and picnic. And if you've got kids who want to learn about technology and coding, send them on out to Columbus Park tomorrow. We'll finish up with the parade about 1 o'clock, and then we'll be in the beautiful Columbus Park the rest of the afternoon with book bags and pencils and papers, all the stuff you need to do to learn in school, but you have to bring your own mind. Because one of the things that you have to do to learn is to think. Nobody can think for you. They may can bring you some book bags. They may can give you some pens and paper, but you got to do your own thinking. So let's go to the phone and see who we've got. Caller, are you there?
Good evening, Dr. Davis. You represent the 7th District. My comment will be about responsible speech. Now, if I'm wrong about anything, like I have said before in the past, please correct me. I can be wrong. Now, I don't understand some things why other people are more responsible for what they say, what they do than other people. Now, in one state, not too long ago, a girl was telling her boyfriend to commit suicide. Now, a jury committed her, and she's spending some time for telling her boyfriend to commit suicide. He's in jail. Now, explain to me why people they blame the internet in terms of recruiting people for Al-Qaeda. They're being radicalized on the internet. Now, they got some rappers, stores that won't sell their music in the stores because they don't like their lyrics. That's fine and dandy. Now, explain to me why the president could say things and get away with it. And people are saying that he is causing people to commit violence and people saying things, taking words out of his speech. and doing all different types of harm. And we look at somebody like Farrakhan, he may have said some things, but guess what? He never told people to go out to commit violence. Here, this man, the most powerful man there is right now in the world, he's allowed to say certain things and get away with it. Please, tell me I'm not crazy. I need some clarification. I need somebody to tell me I'm not crazy.
Well, let me tell you, as a man thinketh, so is he or she. And I admit that there are those who would castigate Minister Farrakhan and not necessarily castigate the President of the United States. I'm experiencing shock almost that the President of the United States would ask the leader of another country not to let an American citizen, a member of Congress, a representative of 700,000 people, not to allow that person to enter their country. I don't understand it. And so I certainly don't condone it. And I certainly would not be supportive or upholding this person in terms of the articulation of those kind of views. So I guess you kind of do what you get away with, and I'm not sure he's going to get away with it. It's going to take a while, but I think he's going to be out of office, and this will be part of the reason. You know, it's like Sam Cooke saying, it's been a long time coming, but I know some change is going to come. May take a long time to do it, but I got a feeling that this gentleman will not remain in office for another round. Thank you very much, and thank you for your call. Caller, are you there?
Yes, Congressman, it's a great day to be on God's green earth. And listen, Joe, you're not crazy, man. I've been telling you all along, Donald Duck is not from this earth we live on. He's from, I don't know where he come from, space or something. They made him or something. It's truly something wrong with him. But he's a master of disguise. He should have been a magician. He would have you look at the left hand, and you need to be looking at his right foot. So listen, there's something wrong with him, and like I say, I don't believe he will be here again. Listen, Congressman, I'm getting better. I don't like to talk too much by the time evening comes, 'cause I talk so much, my voice is really weak. But listen, it's always good. If I don't call you, don't think I'm not listening to you. I admire you. You're a heck of a good man. But listen, let me get out there and hear your response, and thanks for taking the call.
Thank you so very much, and please just make sure that you take care of yourself. Don't overdo it. Operate with moderation, because I am scheduled to attend on tomorrow a birthday party out on South Marshfield of a delightful lady who will be 108 years old. And so we want you to reach that same kind of milestone. And don't think you can't do it, because I attended Miss Lewis's birthday party last Saturday in Maywood, Illinois, at the Park District. and she was 108 years old. God is good. We are living longer and living better. So thank you so much, and we'll take our next caller. Caller, are you there?
Yes, quickly. And all kudos to you with all your greatness that you're doing. But you know what I'm doing? You're talking about my sisters that's of age, older than I am. I'm 82, which I hope I can reach their age.
You sound like you're 32.
I really want to see, before I leave this planet, I would like to see our good public schools system come back to Chicago, Illinois. Because this mess is going on now. It is not about any good students.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to invite one of the school board members to come, a gentleman named Dwayne Truss, who's been an activist in education. The mayor appointed him to the school board, and I'm going to ask him if he would come on with me one Friday evening and talk about what their vision is for the public schools. So I'll do that, and I thank you so much for your call.
And
Yep, I'm sorry we may have clicked too soon, but if so, please call back. If I've got another caller on the line, let's go ahead and take them. If not, we'll get our caller back, because I still got about 4 minutes of good time. You know, the caller talking about education, that's really the theme of our picnic and parade, or parade and picnic, is that education is the key. We don't change it. Education was the key 50 years ago. Education is the key today. Education was the key 40 years ago. Education is the key today. Make sure that your children are ready to return to school. Make sure they have a lot of faith in their ability to learn and accomplish things. Let's take this call right quick so that we can get the
Dr.
call.
Davis, I'm going to make a prediction. The cost of a college education, in particular a liberal arts degree, is going to go down due to the internet. And when you look at a lot of terms in brick and mortar, these colleges that like you got these buildings 150 years old, they're not going to have the students. The only degree is going to be worth anything unless you get a degree in like in some of the science. And a college prep diploma from a high school is going to go back in terms of value, like in the 60s, in terms of getting your diploma, because it's going to have a value to it. Just watch what I say. The cost of a college education, especially liberal arts degrees, is going to go down.
Well, I hope that you're right, and I'm going to try to help it go down, because I think we are blocking and boxing out too many individuals, especially young people, who need this college education, who need vocational training, who need technical training, who need skill development in order to compete effectively with the rest of the world. So I hope you're correct, and I certainly hope that we're going to be able to reduce the cost of college education. We're getting around to the end, but you know, I've sort of had something on my mind all day, and this business of how much acrimony and people fighting and shooting and killing. So I think I'll just end with the words of Sam Walter Foss when he said, "Let me live in my house by the side of the road, where the race of men go by. Men who are good, men who are bad, wise and foolish, but then so am I. So why would I sit in the scorner's seat or hurl the cynic's ban? Just let me live in my house by the side of the road and be a friend to man. Thank you so much for watching. Be good to yourself and better to your neighbor. And come on out to Columbus Park and join us tomorrow at our 40th annual Back to School Picnic and Parade. See you there.